Welcome to this week's Tiny Dot concert. I'm joined today by Troy Caruana. Hello, Troy.
Hey there.
Thanks for coming in today.
Glad to be here. Appreciate the call.
Yeah, you made the trip in from Brighton.
Yeah, this time of day, like no traffic, so it was great.
Awesome. It was really, really awesome to have you. I want to talk a bit about your music, but before we get into that, let's discuss you. You're not a Boston native. You are actually a Buffalo native.
That's right.
Heck yes.
Go Bills.
Astute listeners of this pod know that Troy and I bonded very quickly over the Bills and the Sabres, but we won't talk about that. But what brought you to Boston?
Well, most recently, so I had been living in Southern Rhode Island, but my wife got a job at the Boston Symphony Orchestra.
Oh,
and then...
Wait, you didn't mention that. What does she do there?
Yeah, well, she's not there anymore. She was there about a year and a half.
Okay.
She recently got a job at AMC, Appalachian Mountain Club.
Okay.
But we were living down there in a really kind of awesome rural spot, and then she got the job. She was commuting for a bit, but it was like a 2-hour commute.
Yeah.
It's like we gotta move, so we got a really nice spot up on Chestnut Hill area.
Buffalo as a child.
Yep.
Then you did a brief stint, as most people do, in West Africa.
Of course.
Right? Tell us a little bit about your West Africa experience.
Yeah, so I graduated from Buff State, and then, at the time I thought I wanted to get my PhD in philosophy. I was really set on that for a couple of years, but then I realized it's just not the best course of action. And it was ultimately like my second kind of goal for a while had been, going overseas and spending time there. So I was able to do a Peace Corps, where I was teaching, overseeing our gender and youth development programs over there. And so I was in Benin, West Africa for about 3 years, about halfway up the country in a little village called Wesse. And yeah, it was just absolutely awesome.
Who's your favorite philosopher?
Wow, that's a big question. I don't know that I have, well, maybe Camus, I think, had the biggest impact on me, even though he's not, he's in more the existentialist tradition. Right. Other than that, I was really interested in the, John Rawls, Robert Nozick debate for a while. Just that dialogue was fascinating.
You lost me after Camus, but it's okay. So you were in Benin. You started performing before then, or I know you did some performing in Benin.
Yeah, and that was mostly for, just for my own passing time and getting to know people. Music is always a great way to connect, build community, meet people, and so it was really helpful for that. But I have been playing guitar more or less since I was about 15 or 16. My uncle Max actually is really what got me into it. Every summer or so, I'd come down and I'd live in Rhode Island for... which started off as 3 weeks and then it all of a sudden became 3 months over a couple of years. But I think it was in 8th grade when he showed me how to play an E chord. And then I got home and just went down the rabbit hole and was probably playing for like 2-3 hours a day, just learning scales and playing chords and just, driving my parents crazy.
Nice. And I don't want to give it away. If people haven't figured it out, you do play country music. I don't know if the hat might have.
Now it's out there.
Yeah, it's out there. How did you get into country?
I've always kind of been into it. I think back when I first started, I was more into the jam band lineage, so Fish, Grateful Dead, Widespread Panic, stuff like that. Mo, another great band from Buffalo, they did an awesome set at Bonnaroo. I think they played from midnight till 7 a.m. It was wild.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
were you there? You were at Bonnaroo?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was great. It was wild. But the country has always been there. I remember riding up to the Red Sox game with my grandpa from Rhode Island, blasting Alabama, Willie Nelson. But it was actually really when I went to Benin that I just really embraced it, like the George Jones. We didn't have internet at our disposal per se, so I was just in kind of a pretty modest living situation, just going nuts about Buck Owens, George Jones, and 24/7 had them on. And that's when all those, just the desire to play guitar like that and really internalizing those melodies, it was kind of nostalgic for me.
And you did play some performances for the locals in Benin, but they are not necessarily English speakers, right? What the language there is French?
Yep.
So how did that go over?
Yeah, in Benin, it's interesting. There's actually a little over 50 distinct languages in the country, and it's only the size of, I think, Pennsylvania or Ohio.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of indigenous languages, They spoke Fawn in my village, and so that's largely what I was speaking, also French. I was telling you earlier, it was kind of great because, for me, remembering words can be pretty frustrating and takes a lot of effort, and I didn't even need to worry much about it. I just, if I didn't know the second verse, I would just make it up.
Do it again.
If I didn't know the first verse, I would make it up, and no one there to call me out on it. So
did they enjoy the music?
You know what's funny? It was hit and miss. Other musicians really enjoyed it. But the music over there, like I'm really into the Afro beats too, like Davido, Ashake. Like there's a lot of really great music coming, especially from Nigeria in that area. But it all is a groove, and you can dance to it. And over there, the function of music is largely to dance. It almost has a different function. So I think I actually bored a lot of people. Some of my neighbors were like, well, what are we supposed to do with this?
Right.
How do we dance to this?
Putting them to sleep.
Right. This is John Prine. I can't do much dancing to this.
So you came back, you perform now publicly. You do some, I think, primarily covers, but you're starting to get into your own original writing and performing. Talk about what you're going to play for us today and which of those are covers, and you have one at the end. I think that's going to be your own composition. Yeah,
so largely in Boston, it's been just getting to know people, kind of getting out there. But a lot of what I'm doing now is more so session work. I'm playing with guys like Corey Daniel. I've played with Nick Bossy a lot in southern Rhode Island, Connecticut area. Playing with Ward Hayden and the Outliers coming up at the Knickerbocker. I'm filling in for them. So it's been kind of an on-call basis. Studio work the same, but it's increasingly trying to do more of the solo performance stuff. Get comfortable with that, and jump into the songwriting.
And how have you enjoyed doing the songwriting side of things?
I don't think it's my preferred means of kind of expression. For me, I've really been into the pedal steel lately.
Okay.
And that to me is like, it's captivating. Like I think I played for 6 hours last night. I sit down at 6:00 and then all of a sudden it's midnight. It's captivating, just how complex and the sound of it. So I think I'm more drawn to the instrument, the music theory, and that part. But it's been cool. And like everything, songwriting, it's a muscle you kind of got to work on. So I've been trying to get better at that.
So today you're going to play for us two are covers, one by John Prine, one by, you said, George Jones.
Yep.
And then you're going to do the third one is more of a bluegrass tune.
Yep.
Talk about that one a bit.
Osborne Brothers. I've been playing that one for a while, listening to the rain. It may be a traditional tune, but the version I'm most familiar with is Osborne Brothers. So
cool. And then you're going to wrap with your own piece.
Yep. Yeah, it's an original I wrote down in Nashville. I was doing some recording down there with an artist, Liz Spencer, and producer Tim Quick, and sat down and kind of put that together.
Awesome. Can't wait to hear it.
Here we go. Let's do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Troy.
Troy Caruana here. Got a John Prine song coming for you. This is this is one that I recorded and put up on Spotify recently. It's the first song I ended up doing as a solo artist. So here it goes.
Come home late and you come home early. You come home big when you're feeling small. You come home straight and you come home curly. Sometimes you don't come home at all. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. I got a heart that burns with a fever. I got a worried and a jealous mind. How can a love that could last forever get left so far behind? What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Mighty mean and a dreadful sorrow. It's crossed the evil line today. How can you ask about tomorrow? We ain't got one word to say. What in the world's come over you? What in heaven's name have you done? Broken the speed of the sound of loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. You're out there running just to be on the run. All right. So here we go. I got a George Jones song for you. It's one I added to the set recently and one of my personal favorites. It's called She Thinks I Still Care. Just because I asked a friend about her, just because I spoke her name somewhere, just because I rang her number by mistake today, she thinks I still do. And just because I haunt the same old places, memories of her linger everywhere. Just because I'm not the happy guy I used to be, she thinks I still do. Oh, if she's happy thinking I still need her, let that silly notion bring her cheer. Ever be so foolish? Oh, where would she get such an idea? Just because I asked a friend about, just because I spoke her name somewhere, just because I saw her then went all to pieces, she thinks I still care. This next one is it's a bluegrass tune called "Listening to the Rain." I've been playing this one for a while now, and just another one of my favorites. I'm looking out the window at the rain tonight. It's driving me crazy. It's just as cold inside, and all the warmth is gone without my baby. In my mind something stirs, and my lips start crying out your name. I'm sitting here wondering where you are, and I'm listening to the rain. at me, I'm already breaking. Memories poking at my heart, and they're gonna break beneath the strain. Well, I'm sitting here wondering where you are, and I'm listening to the rain. Got you pictured in the arms and in the heart of some new love. I try to block it out, but all my mind can see swimming you love. Knowing that it might be true, that's the thing that's causing all my pain. I'm sitting here wondering where you are, and I'm listening to the rain. I'm sitting here wondering where you are, and I'm listening to the rain. All right, so this one here is an original tune. I wrote it back around the COVID era, right? I was down in Nashville recording with an artist, Liz Spencer. So I took this kind of unfinished idea to the group after we were done. We were just doing some songwriting on the couch with our producer Tim Quick, and threw some words down to it. So we'll see how this goes. Down a dirt road, I've lived in the sky. Found my days away, and I've sailed through the night. Ain't found a place that's too far to go. Keep on moving, that's what I know. Had my share of love and had my loss. Devil's on my shoulder as he carries a cross. Ain't found a place for my roots to grow. I keep on moving, that's what I know. Know you've been waiting for me to settle down. Know you've been hoping that I'll stick around. Can't build love on such shaky ground. It's hard for me to go. I keep on moving, that's what I know. Know you've been hoping that I'll stick around. Can't build love on such shaky ground. It's hard for me to go. I keep on moving, that's what I know. Make it hard for me to go. I keep on moving, that's what I know.